Hi folks, I hope you're well. So this video, I just listened to a song called Dreaming by People, and in it says, imagine walking on water. That's one of the lines. And I just realised something. Something just came to me that made absolute blinking sense. And it does. It's complete blinking sense. We should get to a point. All of us should get to a point that a God, all of us that are actually of God, should get to a point where if we're at a beach and we see someone drowning, we can run on the water. Not walk, run on the water to that person, lift them up and carry them back. Walking on water. The reason is, come on. If you're again, I'd never thought about it until now. But as soon as I think about it, it's blinking obvious. Because it is. It's just blinking obvious. Obviously, if the Son of God could walk on water. Why? Because he wasn't focusing on the fact he was walking on water and the fact he was walking on this rough water where he could drown. He was focusing on his Father. Right? I imagine part of the reason why he was walking on water is because he was completely forgetful of the fact he was on water. He was walking to the disciples but probably speaking to Father at the same time. Therefore focusing on Father, not considering the fact, I'm actually walking on water. Okay, this is water I'm walking on. Okay. Not that he would drown, because he wouldn't. He'd still be focusing on Father and knowing that water means nothing to him. He is the Son of God, so therefore water has no power over him. Clearly. Yes. Of course. So, that situation is quite a simple one, where for us, of course. Walking on water is not that thing where you can do it as a trick. But if it was necessary for you to do so, you could. And the reason why you could is because you're not focusing on... If you're trying to walk on water to show off to people that I'm a Son of God, I can walk on water. Nah, that ain't going to work. You're going to be in trouble. You're going to have to swim. Or you're going to die and go to heaven and have to admit, okay, I mucked up. I got a bit too ahead of myself when I was trying to show off. Not a good idea. However, there are people there like Peter who would go, yeah, I know. Yep. Yeah. So you don't do that. But if it's necessary, then you can do that. Yeah, not just walk, but run. You could quite easily, if you had packed lunch, you could walk across the sea to America. You wouldn't, because it'd be a blinking long walk. You might as well just catch a plane. But you could. But as I say, you might as well just catch a plane. You're going to have to be aware there's going to be boats and ships on the water. So you might have to run out the way of them. So, that's why you probably wouldn't do it. But you could. Yeah. All these things, we should be in that position where we are able to stand. And because we're able to stand, we're able to do the thing that seems to be impossible. Because we're able to stand. And again, it's about understanding. How would I put this? More on the point, what the Son of God, what Yeshua tapped into. When he did things, it was what he was tapping into. When he multiplied the fish and the bread, what was he tapping into? Heaven. He was tapping into the resources of heaven. He wasn't looking at the limitations of earth. He was tapping into the resources of heaven. Again, I've never even thought about that before, so that's new. That just came to me. So I seem to be in a good position tonight. Yeah, good. But yeah. You know, yeah. What is possible is phenomenal. As I said before, I watched that film Lucy with Scarlett Johansson. Watch it. It's brilliant. But I would say to a certain degree, what you see in that film, that's possible for sons. Much of that is possible for sons. In a different way. But very, very similar. Yeah, because again, I've said before, and it's true. If you are walking according to God and you are tapped in to heaven when you're walking, then anyone you come into contact with, you can see that person from heaven's view. So you could see everything about that person. What has happened from birth, what is happening right now, what is in the mind of that person, the troubles that are in that mind of that person. You can see all of those. It'd be like scrolling down a computer screen. And you can, boom, okay, that's what I need to do to talk into that person's life, that thing. Talk about that. But you'll know everything. Languages. You'll have no problem with languages. Not because you'll learn languages, but heaven will be interpreting for you. Yeah, interpreting. Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah. The potential is phenomenal. But as I say, not to boast, to point to Father and say, this is him, it's not me. This is him. Yeah, he got me into this position. He opened the doors of heaven for me. He enables me to see this. He enables me to do this. Yeah. Because, come on, isn't that the point? Aren't we supposed to, at some point in time, glorify God? At some point in time? Because I don't think the church as it is right now is ever going to do that. But at some point in time, we're supposed to glorify God. Well, that'd be really cool if we can do that. But we can. That's the point. We can. So therefore, don't focus on the crap about church. The reality is, that's what I say, go to God. If you are new to the belief, then go to God. Yeah, go into church when God leads. But don't be beholden on church. Don't think that your relationship or your relationship with God is through church, because it isn't for anyone. That was never the case. Never supposed to be the case that your relationship with God was supposed to be through church. It is not. You won't get anything that way. All you're going to get is frustrated. If you're of God, all you're going to get is the feeling of being drowned in that. So don't go there. Don't go to that. Go to God. Go directly to, first of all, be led by the Holy Spirit, to Father, and then boom, there you go. You've got an incredible relationship, and then the potential of what is possible from that point is phenomenal. Truly phenomenal. So focus on that, because that is where life is. Don't be afraid of that difficult path. The difficult path isn't difficult to hurt you. It's difficult to train you. It's like, if you were the clay under the potter's hand and the clay could feel, then it'd be difficult being moulded, wouldn't it? If you were the wood that the carver is carving and you could feel, every little chip would be quite painful, wouldn't it? But it's for a purpose. It's to make you beautiful. So therefore, focus on that. And go down that hard path. Don't worry about it. If God has you, then God has you.